Okay, so like imagine this, you've just recorded your latest track, you're hyped to get a music video out there, but then you start thinking about all the stuff you need, right?
Hmm.
The time, the crew, the equipment, not to mention all the money.
Yeah,
And
it all adds up.
yeah, and it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah.
So what if I told you there's a way to do it all yourself really quickly, just using your computer?
Really?
Yeah, that's the power of AI, and that's what we're diving into today.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we've got this super interesting article from Freebeat.
Freebie.
Yeah, they're like leading the charge in this whole AI video revolution thing. The article is called AI Music Video Creation with Freebeat,
Hmm.
and it just came out on March 4th, 2025.
Okay.
And it's like packed with insights about how this tech is like totally changing the game.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's especially relevant to, our listeners because we know they're really into exploring how technology can like boost creativity.
Right.
Okay, so let's like rewind for a second and think about the old way of making music videos, the traditional way. I mean, we're talking about a massive undertaking, huge crews. You need all this specialized equipment, and it takes weeks, even months of editing.
It used to be a really exclusive process, limited to only those who had like big budgets and the resources.
Yeah, exactly.
But AI is changing all that. Now AI can handle a lot of that difficult stuff, like syncing the visuals to the music,
Yeah.
generating choreography, even creating some dynamic edits that actually like match the feeling of the song.
Yeah, that syncing thing always seemed like a total nightmare to me, like matching each visual to the beat.
Oh yeah, it's so tedious.
But, the article talks about how AI can actually change the visuals on a specific beat, like down to the millisecond.
Wow.
It's mind-blowing,
Yeah.
right? That level of precision.
Totally changes things for artists, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, for sure. It's a huge time saver, right?
Right.
And it lets artists focus more on their creative vision instead of getting bogged down in all those technical details.
Absolutely. It really is a game changer.
But like, what if this is too much of a good thing? I mean, if everyone suddenly has access to these like really powerful tools, won't that just lead to a ton of content, making it even harder for artists to stand out?
That's a good point. It's definitely something to think about. But I think it also gives a chance for artists to get even more creative and innovative.
Right.
They'll have to find ways to stand out and push the boundaries of what's possible with these AI tools.
So it's less about like replacing human creativity and more about pushing it forward in new directions.
Exactly. And Freebeat seems to be like right at the forefront of this movement. They've created the super user-friendly platform that makes AI video creation accessible to anyone, no matter what their technical skills are.
Yeah, the article breaks down their process, and it's crazy simple. You upload your music, you choose like a style for your video, and then let the AI do its magic.
Yeah.
And boom, you've got a music video.
It sounds almost too easy.
I know, right? Well, it's designed to be easy and straightforward. The
But
idea is to
right.
get rid of all those like technical roadblocks
Right.
so that anyone can bring their ideas to life. And they've added some really impressive features.
Oh yeah, like what?
Okay, let's get into those features because I'm dying to know what this AI can actually do. So for starters, the article mentions something called choreography generation.
Yeah.
What exactly is that?
Okay, so imagine this. You upload your song and then poof, the AI just creates unique dance moves that perfectly match the rhythm and energy of your track. You don't have to hire dancers or choreographers. The AI does it all for you.
Ooh.
And here's the best part. You can actually customize the choreography.
Wait, so I can like change the moves and the style. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all about having creative control. The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing. You could have a video with synchronized dancers, even if you're a solo artist just recording in your bedroom.
That's insane. Okay, so we've got the auto-synced visuals and the AI-generated choreography, but the article also mentions dynamic editing. What's that all about? Does the AI actually edit the video for you?
It does. Think of it this way. The AI is like a film editor who knows exactly which cuts and transitions will match the mood and energy of your music, and it creates this like seamless visual experience.
Oh, so it's not just basic cuts. It's about creating a flow that goes with the music.
Yeah, exactly. And it can even use genre-specific effects and transitions. Like, let's say you're making a video for like an EDM track.
Yeah.
The AI might use fast cuts, strobe effects, and other visuals that are common in that genre.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like the AI understands what different genres look like and it applies that to your video. That's really cool.
And don't forget about all the finishing touches. The article mentions AI-assisted color grading and 4K upscaling, which can really make your video look amazing.
Hold on, I know 4K means like super sharp video, but what exactly is upscaling? I need a little tech explanation here.
Sure, so basically, even if you filmed your video on a simple camera, the AI can enhance it to that super sharp 4K resolution, making it look great on high-definition screens. It's like giving your video that professional polish, all thanks to AI.
So even if I don't have fancy equipment, I can still make a video that looks like it came from a professional studio.
Exactly, and that's just the start. Freebeat also has a bunch of customization options, so you can really personalize your video.
Okay, so like what kind of customizations are we talking about?
Well, first of all, you can experiment with different visual effects. Like maybe you want a glitchy cyberpunk look for your EDM track, or maybe you're feeling more of a dreamy vibe for your folk song. Freebeat's AI can match your style. You can even adjust the AI-generated choreography or even create your own from scratch.
Wow, so it's not like I'm stuck with some generic one-size-fits-all video.
Mhm.
There's still room to be creative and experiment.
For sure. And that's where it gets really fun. It's all about using these AI tools to boost your own creativity.
This is seriously making me rethink what's possible with music videos. But with all this power at our fingertips, I can't help but wonder, what does this mean for the future of music videos?
That's the big question, right? And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in the rest of our deep dive. We'll be looking at the potential impact of AI on the music industry, the challenges and the opportunities it creates for artists, and, what it all means for music fans like you.
Okay, I'm hooked. Let's take a quick break and then we'll jump right back into this fascinating world of AI music videos. All right, so we've seen that AI can create these awesome visuals, it can generate choreography, and even edit videos like a pro. But let's zoom out for a minute. What happens when, like, every musician, from people making music in their bedrooms to huge stars, has access to this tech?
It's a really interesting question, and it's something that the music industry is trying to figure out right now. On the one hand, it could really level the playing field and give independent artists the tools to compete with the big labels. Like, imagine a world where a new artist with just their laptop can create a video that looks just as good as something from a major label.
Yeah, that's a big change.
Right.
But wouldn't that, like, take away some of the power from those big labels? I mean, part of their power has always been about having the money to create those really high-end productions.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why some people in the industry are a little worried. They see AI as a threat.
Yeah.
But I think it's more likely that AI will force the industry to change and adapt. We might see less of those huge budget productions and more of a variety of music videos, more personal stuff.
So instead of just a few big names controlling everything, we'd have this, like, explosion of creativity coming from everywhere.
Yeah, kind of like the Wild West of music videos.
I like that. And it's not just about the artists either.
Right.
Think about the people watching the videos.
Mm.
They might get tired of seeing the same old overproduced videos and want something more real, something more personal.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So AI could actually push artists to be more creative, to find new ways to stand out from the crowd. It's kind of like this weird thing where having these really powerful tools could actually lead to more originality.
Exactly. And that's why I'm actually pretty optimistic about the future of music videos with all this AI stuff. I think we're going to see some amazing, innovative work coming from unexpected places.
But let's be realistic for a second.
Mm-hmm.
What about the bad stuff? The article doesn't really talk about that.
Yeah, there are definitely some challenges. We have to think about them. One thing is that everything might start to look the same. If everyone's using the same AI tools, will all the music videos start to feel similar?
Like a cookie cutter effect. That would be a bummer.
Yeah, it's a valid concern. But I think it all comes back to human creativity.
Yeah.
AI can give you the tools, but it's up to the artist to use them in a way that's unique and expressive.
So it's about finding that balance between using the power of AI, but still keeping that human touch, that original spark.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. How can artists use AI to make their own ideas even better without becoming like totally dependent on it? How can they push the limits of these tools to make something truly original?
And what about music video directors? Will they still have jobs in this new world?
I think so. I think their jobs will change. They might become more like creative directors, guiding the AI and making sure the final video matches what the artist wants. They might also focus on things that AI isn't so good at yet, like storytelling and bringing out emotions.
So it's not about humans versus machines. It's about humans and machines working together to create something cool and new.
Exactly. And that's what makes this conversation so interesting. We're seeing a huge change in how creative stuff is made, and we don't know where it's going to lead.
Okay, so we've talked about how this affects artists and directors.
Yeah.
But what about the people watching? How will this change the way we experience music videos?
Well, I think we'll see a lot more personalization. Imagine being able to customize a music video to your own taste. Like maybe you like videos with a lot of special effects, or maybe you prefer a more simple look. AI could make it possible to create a video that fits each person's preferences.
Oh, that's wild. It's like a choose your own adventure music video.
And it could also change how we discover new music. Imagine AI suggesting videos based on your mood, what you've listened to before, even where you are right now. The possibilities are endless.
It's exciting, but it also feels like a lot, right? I mean, are we going to have too much information to handle?
That's a good point, and it's something platforms like Freebeat need to think about. They need to develop ways to organize all this content and recommend videos so people don't get overwhelmed.
So it's not just about making the tools, it's about building a whole system around those tools to make them really useful and engaging for the people watching.
Exactly, and that's where the real innovation will happen, I think. It's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it to create experiences that are meaningful and engaging.
Okay, we've covered a lot today. We've talked about how AI could impact artists, directors, and the people watching the videos. But before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you said before about AI making music video creation accessible to everyone. Can you talk more about that?
Sure. When we talk about making something accessible to everyone, we mean that anyone can use it no matter their background, their resources, or their technical skills. And that's what AI is doing for music videos. It's taking something that used to be only for people with a lot of money and making it so anyone with a computer and internet can do it.
So it's not just about making it easier or cheaper, it's about getting rid of the things that have stopped people from being creative.
Exactly. And that's what makes this so exciting. We could be seeing the start of a whole new era of creativity where anyone with a story can share it visually. And who knows what amazing new ways of expression will come out of this.
It's like opening up a whole new world of creative possibilities. And that brings us to the last part of our deep dive. We've explored the impact, the challenges, and the opportunities, but what does it all mean for you, the listener?
Well, that's what we're going to talk about next. We'll look at how you can use these AI tools to express your own creativity, whether you're a musician, a filmmaker, or just someone who loves to play around with visual storytelling.
So get ready to dive into the practical side of AI video creation. We'll share some tips, resources, and maybe even some inspiration to get you started on your own creative journey with AI. Okay, so we've talked about the big picture stuff, like how AI is changing the music industry and all the good and bad that comes with it. But now let's get practical. How can our listeners actually use this technology to be more creative?
Well, I think the first thing is don't let the tech scare you away. Platforms like Freebeat are designed to be really easy to use. You don't need to be a coding expert or a professional video editor to make something awesome.
So you're saying it's more about having like a creative vision than having technical skills.
Exactly. It's about thinking about what you want to say, what kind of feeling you want to create, what story you want to tell. The AI takes care of all the technical stuff, but the creative part is all you.
Okay, so where do you even start? Let's say I've got a song I really like and I want to make a video. What should I do first?
Well, I'd say check out Freebeat for sure.
Yeah.
Their platform is free and it's super easy to use, like the article said. It's just 3 steps: upload your music, pick a style, and let the AI do its thing, but don't stop there. Play around with the different options, try out different effects, and see what happens. That's where it gets really fun.
It's like a playground for your creativity.
Yeah.
And the article really talks about how important it is to experiment.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to try new things, break the rules a little bit, and see what happens. That's how you find new ideas and develop your own style. Remember, the AI is just a tool. It's up to you to use it in a way that shows off your vision.
Okay, that's great advice for musicians. Well, what about someone like me? I'm not a musician, but I love the idea of using AI to make visuals. Is there a place for non-musicians in all of this?
Absolutely. These tools aren't just for music videos. You could use them to create visuals for poetry readings, spoken word performances, even short films or animations.
So it's really about expanding the possibilities of visual storytelling, no matter what medium you're using.
Exactly. And as these AI tools keep getting better, I think we'll see even more ways to use them.
Yeah, I can already imagine AI-generated visuals for live events, theater performances, even art installations. It's pretty amazing.
And that's what's so exciting about this technology. It's always changing, always pushing the limits of what's possible. Who knows what amazing new creative stuff will come out of this in the future?
Okay, so let's wrap things up with a call to action for our listeners. What's the one thing you want them to do after listening to this deep dive?
I'd say just go for it. Give it a try. Don't be afraid to experiment and play around. The best thing about these AI tools is that anyone can use them. You don't need fancy equipment or years of training to make something really cool.
So turn on your computer, find a song or a piece of writing that inspires you, and see what you can come up with. Who knows? You might just create the next big thing, all thanks to the power of AI.
And remember, this is just the start. We're still in the early days of this whole AI creative revolution. It's an exciting time to be creative, and I'm really excited to see what happens next.
Me too. Thanks for joining us in this deep dive into the world of AI music videos. We hope you learned something, were inspired, and maybe even had your mind blown a little bit. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep pushing those creative boundaries.